Session number 10. My name is Mario Denton and I'm going to talk about a crucial topic, and I want to give recognition to a great friend of mine, Dr. Andres Panasuk, because he said, and something that I like, we love to talk about finishing well, but what about living well? And that to me is very important. Just to recap so far, remember always our 5 key steps. Reflect in terms of your thoughts that's coming to your mind right now, replace it, rewrite it also, and then revisit, and then from time to time reactivate, feeding these new thoughts into your mind so that you can keep on listening to that. But today we're going to move on, and we've covered so far things like GPS, your impulse control, but I want to talk about living well so that you can finish well. Where do we start? And I'm thinking back of a situation while I was in the States and visiting Chick-fil-A, never open on a Sunday. And as we were sitting in the office, this MD was sitting there and he said to us 3 key things. Remember, I'm going to ask you 3 simple questions. Who's the master of your life? Because that's where you're going to spend eternity. The next M, what is your mission in life? And the third thing is, who's going to be your mate? Master, mission, and mate. And why that is so important, he said it's so easy, but I realize if we can get those 3 things right, you can make such a big difference in your life. So where do we start? If you want to look at and you want to analyze if you're living well, do something during your time. But I want to use a simple example about a timeline. What is a timeline? Now listen to the words as we're going to discuss it. First thing that you need to do, draw a horizontal line. Then you divide those lines into 3 sections. Number 1, childhood, youth, as well as adulthood. So, and the next thing is you denote meaningful events. But in other words, look at your birth and death and all these type of things, and change of school, death of loved ones and all that stuff, financial losses. So that's so draw, divide and denote. But then move on with this exercise. Determine where there was any significant losses. Sometimes there was lots of unfairness and rejection and something happened with your things in life and dreams and all that stuff. But analyze it, that's determined. Then discover the source of that masked pain. That's step number 5. Step number 6 is define all these events in a specific statement. In other words, I'm still grieving or I'm grieving. I was so embarrassed. I was really, really hurt when this and this happened. And then finally, you need to move on. We need to call it, you need to diffuse. And then finally, you need to drop those cases. So keep that in mind. I want to quickly repeat that because it's very important. Draw a horizontal line, divide into 3 sections, denote meaningful events. Number 4, determine all these significant losses. Number 5, discover the source of that masked pain. Number 6, define all these events. Number 7, diffuse, and then finally drop it, because that to me is very important. And I want to at this stage just bring in a statement from Martin Luther King, and listen what he said. Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Listen to that. Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. So I'm asking myself right now, are you part of this light? Yes or no? What are you bringing to the table to your friends and all these type of things? So when you look at your timeline, that to me is very important. That's the first part of understanding where you are right now, because I want you to end specifically strong in your life. And if you ask me, Mario, how do you have a transformed life? Basically 3 things that you need to keep in mind. Start with a new purpose. And I want to ask you, what is your purpose right now? Start looking at new priorities, very important, and then start looking at a new plan, key things to me. Because right now, I know there are people listening to us, well, Mario, I am uncertain about my purpose, I'm uncertain about my destiny. And these 2 things is crucial for me. So if you ask myself, what is the way forward, Mario? I want to start saying, listen, if it's possible, discover the real you, do a career direct assessment, analyze your personality, analyze your interest, analyze your abilities, as well as your final priorities. That to me is very important, because I want you to finish strong. but then you need to look at where you are. And in my notes, I've got specifically a prayer of discovery that I'm going to ask you, please connect with me so that I can guide you and I can help you through this process. Let me close the session and listen to this statement. Yesterday, I was clever, so I wanted to change the world. But today I'm wise, so I am changing myself. And this is what I'm asking. Start with yourself, and I want to close with blessings again. May the Lord bless you with protection. May the Lord bless you with provision, safety, and strength during this time. May the Lord bless you with truth and wisdom. That to me is very important. With lots of hope, but also listening ears and discernment in terms of the things that we need to do right now. So please, again, keep in touch. This is not the end of the series. I'm looking forward to the next session. And I'm saying, be blessed, go and make the difference.